So our job here is simply to specify the sequential device that we're being given. This is actually just sort of a warm-up exercise. This is not very hard, but it is important to be able to completely specify what it's supposed to look like. What we're looking for here is a modulus 4, so that means it needs to have 4 distinct counts, 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0, 1, 1, and it needs to be a binary counter, so it's going to be in that order, but you'll notice that the key word here is that it's a down counter. Since it's a down counter, we know that it's going to count in reverse order, sort of like a countdown to a launch or something like that. So we know that it's going to count downward from 3, 2, 1, 0, 3, 2, 1, 0, 3, 2, 1, 0, and that's really what it's supposed to do. So our job then is to say we can really choose any state that we want to start with. In this case, I'm going to choose 3. So that's a binary 1, 1. I know that it's going to go from 1, 1 down to, that's 3 down to 2, 1, 0, 2 down to 1. That'll be a 0, 1, 1 down to 0, that's a 0, 0, and then from 0 it'll cycle back to the 3 so that it can start the loop over again. Now this is a very simple state diagram. I got to tell you, there's a lot more to state diagrams that we're not seeing here. We're not talking about inputs, we're not talking about 2 major different types of state diagrams, but we don't have a lot of time in this class, so we're really just sort of hitting the most important parts. Now we want to transition or transfer that information from the diagram into a table. Well, if the present state is 0, 0, and here we do usually put these numbers are usually in the same order or in the sort of conventional order. So we know that if we've hit 0, we've reached the end of the countdown, so we want to go back to the beginning. We want to go back to 3. If we're at 0, if we're at 1, we're going to count down to 0. If we're at 2, we're going to count down to 1. And if we're currently at 3, we're going to count down to 2. So really that's the 2 ways. Well, there's 3 ways to specify a digital sequential device. You can do it in words, which is sort of what the problem statement did. You can do it as a state diagram, or you can do it as a table. It turns out that they're equivalent to each other, but we will find that the table will be what's going to help us progress to the next step.